Kung kasinungalingan ang sinasabi ni Karen Hudes, di sana, pinabuelo na lang ninyo and let the people judge this person kung totoo o hindi. Madali naman ma-check eh. Kayo talaga? Kailangan kayo talaga ang mag-fact check. This is a forwarded message from Karen Hudes, date April 2, 2016, 9 a.m. Sabi rito, I just noticed that someone cut out a page. It was vanished mysteriously. I am restoring it. The crooks are so despicable. The person responsible for doing this should feel really outed. Best Karen. Sabi rito, during this time of chaos and immediately after World War II, it is alleged Jose Rizal, under alias name, for 46 years, Rizal would then be 71 years old, was entrusted with the Vatican's gold. You see? So, meaning, mga kababayan, ang sinasabi rito, it could be, yung nangyari po, mga kababayan, na firing squad na ginawa ng mga praile. Praile po ang nag-udyok noon doon sa mga gwardiya sibil. Sabi ko sa inyo, kala ninyo yung inudyukan po could be a stage. That's the reason why, mga kababayan, the possibility that Dr. Jose Rizal hindi man talaga siya po namatay dito sa commemorate nating araw. Ito ang lumalabas po dito sa kwentong ito. Because the purpose kung bakit stage lang, gawa-gawa, moro-moro yon, it is because of the, the wealth. Yung wealth kung saan Rizal was entrusted during the time. So pinatay niya yung kanyang sarili para hindi malaman ng mundo na siya pala yung entrusted. And nag-assume siya, mga kababayan, ng mga aliases. Marami, hindi lang yung Father Antonio Diaz. Marami. May Santa Romana. Ganon. He was entrusted with Vatican's gold. He had also gained access to the bulk of the Japanese and German gold looted from around the world in the first half of the 20th century. Jose Rizal, or one of his 10 unknown disciples, put it in a trust fund, had it melted down in a stamp, and drew up legal documents and got all the leaders at the time, including Eisenhower, Truman, etc., to agree to keep it secret for 50 years. Hindi po ako may gawa nito, ha? Bahala kayo kung maniwala kayo sa kwentong ito. Then prepare the entire world for financial reset in the early part of the 21st century. If all went as Rizal anticipated, the Vatican bankers would be on the edge of bankruptcy from the gold that had been looted from them. If the gold was not released to the world in a timely manner, mankind might enter another dark age upon financial collapse of the international bankers. It was understandable the how and why Dr. Jose Rizal was a devotee of Jesus Christ, but what was the attraction to Prometheus that caught his attention upon leaving the Philippines? Sabi po ni Coates, Karen, I know, is very familiar with Dr. Rizal's famous sculptures to the right. The triumph of science over death, and the Prometheus bound. In many biographies, it was mentioned Dr. Jose Rizal was a polymath. A polymath is defined as a person whose expertise spans in a significant number of different subjects areas, such as person known to draw on complex bodies of knowledge to solve specific problems. Sincerely, Michael Bracky. Ngayon, mga kababayan, anong rason o anong koneksyon ni dating Pangulong Marcos kay Dr. Jose Rizal? In the story, mga kababayan, ganito ang lumalabas. It was Marcos Sr. who was contacted to be the one to prepare the documents so that the world's wealth po ito the wealth of the nations, magawa ng tama na dokumento para hindi mapasakamay ng mga ganid sa mundo. Si Marcos na napakatalinong abogado, hindi pa siya noon, mga kababayan, presidente. The young Marcos was stopped by Father Antonio Diaz. Si Father Antonio Diaz, the same Dr. Jose Rizal, nagtago lang siya sa pangalan Father Antonio Diaz. And because of what Marcos did, binigyan siya ng yung bayad sa kanya 198,000 tons of gold. Now you understand kung bakit napakarami ang yaman ng mga Marcoses. Now you understand. Into the documents found by Attorney Karen Hudes, mga kababayan, in the vault ng World Bank mismo, as she was the former legal counsel ng World Bank, mas marami pa doon ang yaman, mga kababayan, the gold bars. Ito ngayon ang sinasabi ng mga pinklawan ngayon, mga dilawan at mga damaso na nakaw na yaman, the hidden wealth. Now you understand kung bakit laging sinasabi nilang never again. It is connected with this wealth. Gusto nilang kamkamin, mga kababayan, Kaya ano sabi po ni Bongbong Marcos? We already submitted a quit claims. Sino man sa inyo? Si Sirena, na sige ang akusa, abogado ka po eh. Dati kang justice ng ano. Patunayan po ninyo na nakaw. At pag nakuha ninyo yung nakaw na yaman, inyo na, sabi ng mga Marcoses. Problema sa inyo na mga nagsasabing magnanakaw, di man ninyo hinanap yung nakaw. Lahat lang kayo kwento. Sabi ni Sirena, hindi anya totoo. Di daw totoo mga kababayan na mayaman na yung mga Marcoses. Kinikwento nga sa inyo. And Mrs. Marcos presented to the media, into the courts, the documents. Ayaw man ninyong tingnan kasi mapapahiya kayo. Ano yan? Mapapatunayan na kayo yung sinungaling. Bakit? Ay, ito yung documents. Hindi man pala siya nakaw. Ito pala bayad sa kanila. Galing dito sa wealth of the nations. Put in trust by the Marcos. Inggit lang kasi kayo. Hindi man po yun sinasadya. Hindi man po sinasadya. By destiny. It just so happened that it was Ferdinand Marcos yung naisip po ni Antonio Diaz. Paano siya yung naisip na ano? Nang sabi, si Dr. Jose Rizal Payalo na nagtago sa pangalang, hindi man siya napatay. You see? Kaya kayo habol ng habol nang hindi sa inyo. And that's the reason why, mga kababayan, all the so-called Swiss banks, hindi nila mapatunayang nakaw. So the more than 1,000 cases, wala silang napatunayan. O ngayon, why is it yung Rappler, mga kababayan, seryoso masyado na magsulat tungkol dito sa yaman ni Marcos? Tingnan ninyo. At kay Dr. Jose Rizal. This was published, mga kababayan, March 19. Hindi pa matagal. 2021. Sabi dito, false. Marcos fact checks. False. Ferdinand Marcos, Jose Rizal, established World Bank. Hindi daw totoo. Sabi ko nga, ba't hindi ninyo po interviewin si Karen Hudes? She must be an authority on this subject kasi may document siya. And it was Karen Hudes who said, yung World Bank and IMF, the gold reserve there provided by Marcos. So ang ibig sabihin ba, ang kwento ninyo sa Rappler mas credible kaysa sa kwento ni Attorney Karen Hudes? Na hindi man siya Filipino at Jewish lawyer based in America. He has access to the documents in the World Bank. Mas credible kayo. Question again. Why is it lahat halos ng kwento ni Karen Hudes dinidelete ninyo? Ano ang ikinatatakot ng social media? Why you restrict all the time the story of Karen Hudes? Kung kasinungalingan ang sinasabi ni Karen Hudes, di sana pinabuelo na lang ninyo and let the people judge this person kung totoo o hindi. Madali naman ma-check eh. Kayo talaga? Kailangan kayo talaga ang mag-fact check?